Hello you all lovely people, aliens and non-specific creatures. Welcome to today's video. Featuring previously on Bangtan Chaos Squad. What's been going on with you today? You were a mess, JK. The idea of you two not being together anymore. That was so scary to me. If the two people who define love could fall apart, then surely so could everything else, and so I was afraid that sooner or later, Tae and I may be facing the same horrible fate. We can assure you, the love you and Tae share doesn't begin or end with ours. Judging by all the things you told us about falling for Tae, I think you defined love for yourself, way before Jin and I ever even thought of each other as anything other than friends. Since you've had such a rough day, cuckoo. Wanna come to our room? Watch a film in bed, sounds really nice. But I think there's some things I need to talk to Tae about. Tae. My baby. Why is there an empty jar on my bedside table, with a note saying worries go here? It's there because I put it there. That makes a lot of sense. But why exactly did you put it there? Well, you got so worried about Jin and Namjin. And I couldn't seem to make the worries go away. Not even a game of Overwatch could distract you. That got me thinking about what to do when you're worried in the future. Sadly, I can't always make things better. Or sometimes I might not be there to make things better. So I had this idea. I asked Toby Hyung to take me to the store. I wanted to find empty jars, but they didn't have any. So I got 3 jars of jam instead. 1 for you. And 2 for Jimin, so he'd finally have some jams. But Namjin already took them away from him, and locked them up in the kitchen cupboard that he can't reach.
Jimin? Yeah? You got no jams.
So poor Jimin remains jamless. Anyways, I got you this jar, so whenever your heart feels, you can put all your worries in there. And then, when you're ready to let go of them, you can give the jar to me. I'll wash it up, so the worries will wash away. It's a win-win situation. I love washing up, and you won't have to worry so much anymore. OMG Tae. Is that stupid? It made a lot more sense in my head. No, not stupid at all. I love it. And I love you. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Actually, there's some worries I'd like to put into the jar right now. Maybe we could do that together? Of course. Is there any worries you'd like to put in there too? You've also seemed very distraught over the whole mission save Namjin thing. I do have some worries to put in there as well, yes. They might sound silly though. Trust me, mine sound silly too. We can be silly together. Sounds good?
Yes.
Want me to go first? Yes, please. Okay, so there's a reason why I got so caught up in the horrific idea of Jin and Namjin breaking up. I thought there was more to it than you were telling us. It's a pretty long story. I love stories. Well, you already know a lot about this one. And you're one of the main characters in it. Remember when I told you about how for a long time, I didn't have any hope of you and I ever being together? Of course I remember. You said you felt like that, until Jin and Namjin became a couple. Exactly. That's when I let myself hope for the first time. But I think I poured a little bit too much of me into their relationship. Everything I wanted to have with you, I kinda projected onto them. So I got super invested. To the point where in my mind, they became the definition of love. Or so I thought. It was a rough time. So it makes sense that you clinged on to them so tightly, since they were a bit of light in the dark. Yeah, maybe. But now that I get to live my own love story, I don't really have to latch on to their relationship like that anymore, you know? But it's like I forgot to let go. So everything kinda became a huge mess in my head. With me thinking that Jin and Namjin define love, and me being with you. I guess I thought that if they fell apart, the same thing might happen to us. And that's why I was terrified.
'Cause I don't wanna lose, you know, or ever.
So you weren't just worried about them breaking up, but also about us? Yeah. It sounds silly, I know. But with me being so convinced that they define love, I just thought that if they weren't forever, then nothing else could be either. It's not silly, Jungkook. Well, I talked to Namjoon and Jin Hyung. They made me realize quite a few things. Before they helped me rearrange my thoughts, I thought love begins and ends with them. And what do you think now? Now I understand that they don't define love. Not mine, at least. Love doesn't begin or end with them. Mine begins and ends with you. Or well, with us.
That is not correct.
It's not? No. You have to scratch that last part.
Pardon?
You said your love begins and ends with us. It begins with us, yes. But it won't ever end, so you have to scratch that last part of the sentence. OMG Tae. If you're trying to make me pass out from a severe case of cuteness overload, you're succeeding. Someone call 911. I cannot handle this man.
911, I think we lost another one.
Would you like some mouth-to-mouth resuscitation? Yes, please. I love myself some mouth-to-mouth action. Good thing I'm a professional then. Yes, you are. Okay, wait. We need to stop, because I'm getting way too hot and bothered right now, and we still need to fill that jar of worries. Yeah, right. Sorry. Focus now, mouth-to-mouth action later. Sounds like a plan. So, where was I? About the whole no-end thing. I talked to Namjin about that too. Did you know that when they first got together, Namjoon Hyung was scared to disagree on things with Jin Hyung? Because he was scared it would result in a fight, and ultimately in him losing Jin Hyung. What? That's crazy. Now they bicker like.
24/7.
And last Thursday, they disagreed on a total of 28 things. And I stopped counting after lunch. Yeah, hearing that really had me shook too. Are you ever afraid of that? Of disagreeing with you? Yes. I mean, no. Just like. I'm scared of losing you. Are you ever scared of that too? To lose yourself, you have to find yourself first. And I don't know if I'm there yet. Tay. My sweet winter bear. I was talking about us. About losing what we have. Oh, I see. A little bit, yes. Well, I'm a lot scared. I know me saying this won't just make the fear go away, but
Don't be scared.
you got no reason to be. My heart knows, but who tells my head that? Well, may I have a little one-on-one talk with that pretty head of yours? My head is listening. Tay at Jungkook's head. You have no reason to be afraid. You couldn't lose me, even if you tried. Remember the first time we met? Are you kidding? How could I forget? That day.
Changed my life.
Well, that's the day I gave you my heart. You may not have realized, and I may not always have shown it. But you've had it since day one. It's all yours. You get to keep it for as long as you want it. Do anything with it. I mean, maybe try not to let it fall, but I trust you with that. I don't ever want it back. Quite a risky thing, giving someone your most prized possession at first sight, isn't it? Well, my most prized possession is my Gucci bag, and I didn't let you touch that until 2 weeks ago, so. But with the heart it's fine. I knew you'd take good care of it. You're very gentle. Well, unless I ask you not to be, but that's a whole different thing. Anyway, the moral of the story is, that you Mr. Jungkook got my heart. It's all yours to keep. And keep it I will. Not like I have another choice.
What do you mean?
Well, you see. I too gave you my heart on that same first day. It's been beating in your chest ever since, just like yours is beating in mine. So if I returned yours, you'd have 2 hearts. And I'd be left with none. which doesn't sound very healthy. So, while other people exchange handshakes when they first meet, we exchanged hearts? We did. I think mine looks better on you than it did on me. Here we go again with the cuteness overload. So, is your head less afraid now? A little bit. I can't just switch it off sadly. I understand. I know a lot of that fear is my fault. Why would it be your fault? You're literally doing everything so right. It wasn't always like that though, was it? I should have told you about my feelings sooner. Then you wouldn't have felt so hopeless to begin with. And maybe, if you hadn't felt so hopeless, you'd be less afraid that all of this is going away someday. It's not your fault, eh? There's so many what-ifs. I was fighting my own battle, and so were you. Yeah, but if I hadn't been so scared of not being good enough for you—
Hey, stop it!
The only thing that matters is that now you know that you're more than good enough for me. You do know that, right? I do. Most days at least. I'm still working on it, together with Yoon Hyung, because he still needs to work on that too. Teamwork makes the dream work. Yes. I still do think you deserve the world though. I already have it. Wait, what? Who gave it to you? It was
Childpuss.
Wasn't it? How did he get it? Hitman Bank told me one couldn't just buy the world and gift it to someone. I wanted to be the one to give it to you, not Charlie.
Whoa. Calm down.
I was talking about you. I have the world, because you are my world. I haven't heard from
Childpuss
ever since I outshone him on that one duet we did. Firstly, good, he didn't pass my vibe check anyways. Secondly, you're calling me cute when you say things like this. We're both cute. Cute together. And together we will be.
I am yours now and always.
I trust you when you say that you won't go anywhere. But I don't trust the universe. It can be a bitch. What if it ever tries to pull us apart? Oh, that's easy. Should this universe ever stop shipping us, we're just gonna move to a different universe. Simple as that. Do you know how to get to a different universe? Not yet. But don't worry, I look up the directions on Google Maps. I don't think you'll find those kinds of directions on Google Maps, Tae. Well. Then I'll just create a new universe for us. Hobi Hyung and Chimin always say I got magic. If they're right, I'm sure I'll be invited to Hogwarts soon. They got this huge library there. Surely I'll find a book on Universe Creation 101 there. Then I'll make us a universe with all our favorite things. So a lot of Danny, Gucci and Chiminchi? Yes. And oceans of banana milk. And all the Overwatch games you can imagine. Sounds amazing. What about our Hyungs and army though? We'll take them with us, of course. Do you reckon Yoon Hyung could be bothered enough to move? If there's enough rocks there to make him feel at home, I'm sure he'd get his lazy butt to move. And if not, J-Hope are just gonna carry him. Also Namjin Hyung can be the president. How do you always know the right thing to say? I really don't. Mostly.
I'm trying to make sense, but
nothing really useful comes out of my mouth. I'd like to disagree. At least you always know what to say to calm me down. That's good. If I can't make the fears disappear, I can at least make you feel a bit calmer. Namjin Hyung said the fears would fade eventually. And Namjin Hyung is always right, so it's looking good. Namjoon Hyung knows best. But enough about me. Your turn to fill the jar with your worries. So, penny for your thoughts? I'd rather get a kiss than a penny. A kiss it is then. Well, it's a bit hard to explain. Just give it a try. I got your heart in my chest, remember? I'm sure I'll understand. Right. Well. Remember how I was having a really bad day last week? When that stupid lady yelled at you for knocking over the shelf at the store. Yeah. They had rearranged the store without anyone warning me, so I got super confused, because nothing was at its normal place anymore. So my mental map of the store was all messed up, and I was trying to make a new one. But while trying to absorb all this new information, I was looking everywhere but where I was walking. And that shelf hadn't been there the day before. It's okay, Tay. It was an accident. And that lady is clearly a psychopath, because only psychopaths would dare to yell at you. You show me that heartless monster next time we're at the store, and trust me, I'll make sure she's never raising her voice at you ever again.
Run.
OMG, you're not planning on killing her, are you? I'm sure Jimin and Hobi Hyung would help me hide the body. But anyways, please continue your story. Okay, so. I felt confused and sad, and was so lost, that I stumbled out of the store backwards, and almost got run over by a bike. It was horrible. But when I came back home, Jin and Namjoon Hyung were arguing. Jin Hyung was yelling at Namjoon Hyung about how he wasn't allowed in the kitchen, and how he'd hit him with the rule book, if he didn't get out. Oh no. Did that upset you even more? No, it was so calming. Calming. Yes. Because no matter how much the world around confuses or overwhelms me, this is one thing that never changes. When everything goes wrong, Namjin is still the same. They're always there, so in love. Even when they argue, it just feels like they're throwing love at each other. I can always rely on it staying the same. The world is scary, and I don't understand it. I'm trying to take everything in, and make sense of things, but mostly it's just confusing to me, and throws me off rhythm. So in order not to feel lost, you rely on constant factors. Like Namjin. Exactly. So when I thought they were gonna break up, that was really terrifying. Because I thought that now, this constant pillar of safety would fall away, and things wouldn't make sense anymore. Tay. I know the world is a confusing place. So I understand why continuity is so important to you. But
when it feels like the world's gone mad,
and when you get overwhelmed, just look up at the sky. Why? Because no matter how much things change, the sky will still be up there. And that's one safety pillar that won't ever fall away. And there's plenty of other things that won't ever change either. Like what?
the mountains won't start moving.
For example. That's not true. They do move in The Hobbit. They even throw with rocks. And I'm like 99.9% sure they do that in real life too, when nobody's watching. Okay, fair enough. But at least Chimanshi will always be short. What if he finds some magical beans that make him grow tall? What if all the things I thought were certain start changing? Then
We'll be changing with them.
don't be afraid, Tay. I know it can get overwhelming, but not all change is bad, is it? But it's scary. And I'd rather things stay the same. But things between us have changed a lot, and that's a good thing, isn't it? They haven't changed so much. We went from secretly being in love with each other for years, to talking as openly about everything as we do now. Isn't that a lot of change? No. That feeling I felt when I first saw you. I still feel like that every time you look at me. So things haven't changed that much if you ask me. That's a good point, and I agree. But many other things have changed. You and I have changed. Perhaps it just happened so slowly over time, that you didn't even notice. Maybe.
That's just the way the world works.
I'm afraid. Things are changing all the time. I'd love to stop the world for you if I could. But sadly I don't know how. But you already do. How? I don't know. You're the one stopping it, so you should know how you do it. Well, when do you think I stopped it? You do it every time when we're together. I don't know how. But then it's like all of the confusing world around falls away, and it's only us.
So it can be us, it can be us, and only us. And what came before won't count anymore or matter. We can try that, it's not so impossible. Nobody else but the two of us here, 'cause you're saying it's possible. We can just watch the whole world disappear till you're the only one I still know how to see. It's just you and me. It'll be us, and only us. And what came before won't count anymore. We can try that, you and me. That's all that we need it to be. And the rest of the world falls away. And the rest of the world falls away.
I feel safe. So maybe you're stopping it by accident? Or maybe you got magic too, like Hobie Hyung and his foreseen powers. But rather than seeing the future, you got the power to dominate the world. The only world I dominate is you. Well, when you're not dominating me, that is. But anyways, guess we're just gonna have to spend even more time together, so I can stop the world for you. I like the sound of that. Okay, then put on a coat and let's go. Go where? We'll go look at the night sky together. We can look for shooting stars and
Watch the whole world disappear.
And if we catch one, we get to make a wish. But I have nothing to wish for. Never mind. I've unsuccessfully been trying to convince Jin Hyung to take us to Disneyland. So I'll wish for that. OMG yes. What are you gonna wish for? Nothing. I'll get too distracted by your face anyways, so I'll miss the shooting stars. It's okay though. Luckily, my wish already came true. OMG. So Balenciaga finally asked you to become their official brand ambassador? Congrats. I was trying to be romantic and meant you, but I guess I should be watching out for a shooting star after all. Because no, they haven't yet.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
The disrespect. I look so good with my Balenciaga on. You do. But you look even better with your Balenciaga off. I hope you know that I get a heart attack whenever you flirt with me. Of course I know. Your heart's in my chest, remember? Fuck, I love you so much. You're lucky the language police isn't here. But fuck. I love you so much too. Fuck 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 fuck. Ha, how do you like that, Jin Hyung? I love it when you're being a bad boy. Well, you know how the saying goes. Every
Good boy.
needs a bad boy in their lives. I've never heard that, but I'm heavily agreeing.
For as long as I live, and as long as I live, I will never not think about you. I will never not think about you. I know you were the one. You were whatever I do. I will never not think about you.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this chaos, please like and subscribe. Much love, amigos, and until next time.